I would say one of the major stereotypes in working with data and tech is that you need a technical degree background, so something like computer science or information technology. I mean, from personal experience, coming from a psychology background, that is just simply not true. You do not need a technology background to succeed in this field at all. I think what you do need is success-driving behaviours, so really that kind of motivation to succeed, to constantly want to learn more, to want to, spend your personal time developing your portfolios, to kind of marry up those hobbies to really succeed and climb that kind of ladder of leadership and success.
There is a specific stereotype of working in tech that I think that if you asked anyone, they would all have a very similar answer, and it's a very damaging stereotype, right? And honestly, it needs to be crushed. It needs to be removed entirely, because this damaging stereotype, as a result, deters a lot of people from ever even considering a job in tech in the first place. This applies, I feel like, a lot to young girls who might be, young in school, and they believe that potentially, there might be a gender bias in a highly male-dominated workforce, because tech currently is. And so they don't want to meet that resistance, or they don't want to feel that they might not be good enough. And the faster we can quash that stereotype, the better. As a result, I think there's so many examples out there if we really did look. There are people who come from non-technical backgrounds who fit perfectly in technical roles. There are people who didn't think they were right for things like maths or computer science, and then they found that actually they flourished. They were like, and we can do this by reaching out to schools, reaching out to potentially like universities and things, attracting women or anyone who thinks that the tech sector isn't quite for them, or they might not fit in. But not only just attracting young, potential, prospering applicants, we also need to look after, for example, say specifically women in tech. Once they are in their technical roles, you need to make sure that they are actually well looked after as well, not just left to their own devices and then maybe experience, a negative, something that really throws them off, and then as a result they drop out. Because unfortunately women, for some reason, I have my theory, they do have a doubled rate of dropping out of technical roles and moving on to non-technical roles than males do. And so ensuring that any kind of toxic bro culture is removed from all technical workplaces, ensuring that there is, an equal progression pathway, regular support, and also just really ensuring that there's a mentorship there, available. I think also Grayce do this quite well in the sense that they offer a Code Nation scholarship package, so people who might, not come from technical backgrounds or find themselves wanting to do the boot camp, they can go through this Code Nation and then be offered an interview at the end. And if they are fit for the role, they will then be offered the job as a result. And so that's a good way to actually show people that, no, actually, if you enjoyed this boot camp, you can find yourself in the tech workspace.
I would say another stereotype is definitely that women don't belong in the field of data and technology. And from personal experience, again, that's just simply not true. So we need more female role models in the community to show us that we belong in this space. So again, that means allowing the opportunity for females to show their success stories, share their experiences, and also really help them to be able to kind of climb that ladder of success at work and be promoted for the hard work that they're doing.